Greetings from the void. This is Journey Through Miro, and I am Null Amor. And these are my boys, minus one who's... Say hello, boys.
Hello, boys.
Hello there.
And they are now going to introduce themselves, starting with my fiance who likes to cosplay as a lizard.
He's a furry?
Scaly.
Oh, God.
No. Hello. I am fiance. I seldom cosplay as a lizard. But that would be called a scaly. You can find me on TikTok at .StevenStoll, on YouTube at Lone Jedi 100, where I have a D&D game in which is played by these peoples and has once been played by this person in a Halloween game called Tomes of Time. I almost said the name of this game. I totally in the zone, he said sarcastically.
Hey, he's
Anyway.
being yip yap. Smooth brain.
Yes. Speaking of which, yes, I play Yip Yap Not Hell. Cupboard Rogue. And yeah, the alcoholic. The character, not me.
Yeah, I was going to say. Hello there. I am Balgroth the Dog, or I play Balgroth the Dog, who is now Balgroth the Depressed, apparently, for the rest of this canonical day. Apologies, we've been having some technical difficulties with my internet, and so you can't see my my face that is obviously made for radio. But I am, of course, Jeremiah, also known as the Black Doctor. I can't properly be called a fiancé because I am now the husband.
That's right.
You can find me on YouTube under the Black Doctor, Instagram under Black Doctor 21, and also TikTok under that same designation, Black Doctor 21. If you like my content, please check me out.
Hi, I'm at Jitsu on TikTok, X, and Instagram in roughly that order. I have just refused to interrupt my quest to become absolutely lardacious without burning down my home, so that's why I'm late. But I play the role of Isaiah Yeager, Magus Extraordinaire, and the one who was involved in Balgroth's second lease on life.
More like my first lease on death.
Hey, package deal.
All right. So who
This
can
is why I
give
don't
me,
like car sales.
who can give me the recap of last episode?
Well, I woke up depressed.
You see,
And Isaiah kind of got set on fire.
I did. That was shockingly the most normal thing to happen to us.
Pretty much. And Yip Yap, basically, he became a smooth brain, but in his own head, he suddenly became a expert detective. He became Sherlock Yip Yap.
Basically, the change was he thought he was an expert detective.
All right.
Wait. You see, it was a normal day in Retro. And by normal, that means abnormal. My party and I were on the case of... Well, you see, I forgot that part.
Mm.
We basically went to go... the last thing we were doing, we were looking at some, jobs on the board. And I can't necessarily remember the one that we chose.
They weren't necessarily jobs. They were just kind of again, multiple different things were put onto the board. Just things that had found their way into Retcher. Advertisements, that's the word.
You join a fun cult?
Yes,
Such as...
they're up in the chat if you want to reread them.
Such as definitely not a Vezin running through town that we may or may not have angered recently.
It was his fault for being so weak and running away and then sneaking us.
Mm. But it is a new day, and y'all have just gotten down to the tavern, just read all the things that are on that board. In the tavern, I need to change. The tavern is not as empty or full as however it may be. Apostle is just cleaning up the counter as some people idly chat around. Some people you've seen around before. And Apostle seems kind of on edge as he cleans. The fur, like on the back of his neck and on the parts of his arms where his sleeves don't cover, are standing on end.
I sort of slap my head on the desk or on the table in a direction towards him, just wondering what's gotten you all riled up.
When you do that, he kind of jumps back and like the hair does that like Studio Ghibli like ruffle. I
Ah,
I'm on edge. That's all. But I'm fine. You seem down.
I, I, I can't do anything right.
Reality is often disappointing. Is there a reason you're on edge, though?
I guess that's just gonna be my new name now. Reality.
Oh my god.
I sort of just look at him, just like shake my head, knowing this is temporary, but there's nothing to be done.
Yeah.
Yep, just pats his leg again like he did last time. Just like, we're on the case. Or in his head, he's like, we're on the case. Out loud, he's like,
Okay. um. Did you ask Apostle a question? I'm sorry.
What are you on edge about? Is it your rat or something else?
I just woke up skittish is all.
Ah, I see.
It's just, you know how it is. Can I get y'all anything for breakfast? Something to drink?
my usual. Too warm here for them.
Something to restore my dignity if I had any.
Mm.
Eggs will do.
Eggs is. And he pops under the counter to get that all squared away.
And I'm still wearing the suit coat.
Oh.
Yep,
Too
yep.
warm.
You look quite dandy today.
Right. Thank you. Whoa. And in his head, he's like, I got my suit dry cleaned 3 times.
Well,
How
at
I need
least he
breakfast.
can dress himself properly. What in the world
Yep,
am I
also, by the way,
wearing?
does not look fancy at all. He is disheveled as always in his clothes that he's never washed.
But you look like you're happy about it.
I feel.
Well, at least he's happy about something.
Meanwhile, in Yip Yap's noir verse, just I, I haven't been happy ever since the accident. Bulgara.
Excellent. Um, Apostle pops back up with the plate of eggs that only Isaiah technically ordered, and goes back to cleaning the counter.
I think Balgroth ordered the Depresso Espresso.
Right.
Maybe
Right.
you already. Yeah.
I am the Depresso Espresso.
Clearly.
I might actually have something for that. Give me a moment. He goes back under the counter.
It's probably booze.
Um. After a couple moments, he comes back up and he's holding a glass that has a sort of blue hue to it that is bubbling and steaming. And he places it in front of Balgroth. Does it help?
He sort of tries to reach it shakingly. Oh God, I'm probably gonna drop it again. I'm probably gonna drop it
Again.
just like I drop everything. And he slowly puts it to his lips, just slightly dripping bits and pieces of it out off of the sides of the cup before he slowly drinks it all down.
It is like drinking. So for a moment, as it passes your lips, it's as if you're drinking boiling water. But that quickly passes once it goes down your throat. And you start to feel this kind of swirling in your chest as the heaviness that was on your heart and stomach and mind and everything lifts off just a bit. And you have a moment of clarity where you realize it's not all that bad and that you're fine.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be like you.
Who is he saying this to?
You know what, Dale? You choose.
I mean, I don't know who I want you to be rude to right now. That's a terrible thing to say.
Exactly, that's the point.
I'm not choosing, but I'm going to punish you no matter what you choose.
Yip yap.
Well,
Because Yip
Yes.
Yap won't notice.
tisk Balgroth, that wasn't nice.
When have I ever been nice? When has
No,
this world ever
Ostracized
been
by those I call friends and family.
What does outside Yip Yap think about this?
His eyes are just kind of glazed over as he's half-heartedly told Apostle he wants his usual meal.
All right.
Ah. It's like that little girl with the starry eyes on Horton Hears a Who.
I'm just picturing him popping blood vessels every time he tries to speak.
Yes.
Oh no.
So Apostle gets Yip Yap his usual, and he also brings by a plate of bacon and eggs to Balgroth. Isaiah's was 2 copper, Yip Yap another 2 copper, and Balgroth 5 copper for yours.
Fancy.
Pays him.
Hmm?
Whatever.
5 copper, you said. Correct?
What?
You said 5 copper?
5
2
for me.
Yeah, 5 for him, 2 for Yip Yap.
Oh.
Yeah. Sure. So you all eat. Balgroth isn't as depressed. You're not in perfect condition, but you're not Eeyore anymore.
He's just mad depressed.
That's
Oh, no.
typically.
Oh no, he's depressed and mad.
He's so mad.
Oh no.
He's grunge.
Isn't that a
Yip Yap.
style of clothing?
It is actually. Yip Yap is locked in his mind palace. What are y'all going to do this morning? There's about a day left before you have to leave for the caravan.
Well,
Uh,
do you want to go out exploring or stay inside?
Whatever. Smad Balgroth doesn't like doing anything.
Right.
Which one?
What
Task
exactly
from the
is
board
there
did you
out
decide
to
to
do?
go?
Balgroth first, and then Yip Yap.
Yeah, I was going to say, what even can we do to pass the time?
Drugs.
You could look around the town.
Well, everybody looks as ugly and sad as me, so what's the point?
Jesus.
You know what? I'm going on a walk. You can do what you want, you misanthropic beast.
Okay.
He literally just walks as Isaiah walks out, or looks as Isaiah as he walks out.
Yip Yap just looks between them.
Balgroth's just like, I know I'll never be that cool, and I don't even know what misanthropic means.
I'm not Yip Yap. I know what misanthropic means. It is like, I could fight him, but I need him.
Okay.
I literally have your soul. I could just like.
Oh yeah, that's right. You still have the soul tether, so if you get 30 feet away, Balgroth, you're just gonna start being
Oh, I
dragged.
forgot.
He literally goes.
You think I'm walking? We walking.
Flying out of the.
Like a dog.
Flying out of the
Buddy, we're going on a walk now. Come on.
Shut up!
Come on, Balgroth. It's time
He
for
got
a
over
walk.
30 feet fast. Alright. So you guys leave the tavern, I guess?
Yeah.
Isaiah first, and then eventually Balgroth and Yip Yap following.
Oh, come on!
There are no choices.
What is this, Deltarune?
It's a quiet morning. The porch is empty this morning, and the air is nice and fresh. A few yards off, the tree line to the forest rustles in the soft wind. It is a very calm day indeed. Down the pathway, I will change this so that you can actually see Roger. Tavern. Down the pathway, you see a group of children are gathered around the fountain, each with a small booklet, all silently reading as the old dwarven man you've seen on the porch now sits on the edge of the fountain, resting his hands on a cane, propping himself up with his eyes closed. Off into the not far distance, but past most of the houses, you see the blacksmith's chimney is puffing out cloud after cloud. And near the edge of the parkway, you see the man you spoke to about Sione, about the caravan, on his hands and knees, kind of running his hands over deep gashes in the ground.
Is this where we dug, or just generic or other gashes?
Other gashes.
I will shanty on over there.
To the guy on the ground or the old man?
Guy on the ground.
Okay.
Took me a second to realize these are children. What are you looking at there?
So you walk up, and you speak. He kind of like leans back on his knees and starts looking around, kind of confused, trying to find the source of the noise before you notice he looks to you, but not exactly, because this morning he appears blind. And he says to you, "Good morning. One more cycle till we set out to catch that caravan. I hope you three are well prepared. You are the three I spoke to previously, aren't you?"
I sort of look back and see Balgroth being dragged face first across the ground, and Yip Yap sort of just like leaving a trail of drool so he can find his way back to the tavern. Yes, it's us. I hope your sight returns.
Well, as do I. He stands up slowly and brushes the mud off of his pants.
What were you investigating there? Those gashes?
Oh, I'm examining these footprints. Even blind, I never shy away from knowledge.
What are they footprints of?
Of that beast that came through a few days ago. I wasn't here when it happened, but I hear it was treacherous.
Interesting. So it simply came through and left?
That's what they say, and I believe I know what it might have been.
Oh, really?
It might have been a bracrus, which is a large lobster creature.
For breakfast? On breakfast?
And why would this large lobster creature be coming?
Lobster?
Bratwurst. My running theory. This town moves around. Maybe it had gotten close to the shore, and this creature accidentally found its way here, panicked, and then ran away, but by then the town had moved again.
Oh, I see. So it came here, was angry and left, or panicked, and simply got lost.
I assumed panicked because bracrus are typically very calm creatures. When they're in their natural habitat, of course, which is the ocean. Wherever it may be now, it's either in some body of water, or it could be dead. They can't live very long without water.
Interesting. Well, why would it have come here then?
Could have just wandered here like you or I did.
Interesting. Well, then why would it want to find its way back?
Do you never wish to go home?
Wait, does it live here?
No, my theory is that it came out from the ocean because they rest on the shore sometimes.
Oh, it's looking for its home. Go
Yes.
back there. But because the town moved, he's far from home.
Yes.
I see.
Far from home.
Makes sense. Are they dangerous?
But anyway, that aside, are you three well prepared for the trip?
I think so. Not really sure what we could do to prepare beyond stay warm and well fed.
Well, yes, you will need
Yes,
specific
it is
clothing.
leopard.
Specific clothing, you said?
Yes, padded clothing, well furred, I assume. You might have some. If you don't, that's all right. The town the caravan stops in that we're going to sells a good bit of clothing for Sidoni, as that is one of the main caravan stops. So you should be able to pick up any clothes you need there.
I see. Well, that's good to know. How cold does it get? I suppose there'll be snow.
Well, there's always snow. And in the warmer days, I'd say it's about 30 degrees Fahrenheit.
What's a Fahrenheit?
It's a form of measurement I once heard a wizard using.
Oh, you mean cycle units?
Cycle units. Isn't that a day?
You mean units?
His he follows Yip Yap's voice and kind of tries, obviously can't see him, and kind of rubs his hands together, brushing the mud off of them. How do you plan on disguising your kobold while you're in Sione?
Oh, what trouble? Oh, me.
Are there no kobolds allowed?
Not necessarily not allowed, but there are a lot of hunters that pride themselves on capturing lizard folk.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
We met one the other day.
Oh no, it's okay. I'll just pretend to be a goblin, and he throws his blanket up over his head and just like stomps around with a wide stance, just like I eat babies.
He
Sweet
does like
goblin.
the most insulting minstrel show of a goblin ever. Wow.
We'll just say that he's just putting on a costume, an ugly costume.
Do you have a recommendation for what we could do?
Well, I know that when most kobolds, because some have to pass through to get to Setya, they try and find a disguise potion. But they're not cheap.
Oh, wait, disguise? Disguise of blue. Yip Yap. How long is this? This lasts for an hour. Yip Yap will spend a spell slot and cast. And suddenly Yip Yap looks like what he looks like in his mind's eye, but as a 20-something halfling, just in this perfect, sleek noir detective outfit, black and white.
Dorian kind of looks around. Did something happen? Because he's blind.
Can't you see I'm blind?
Wait, if he's blind, how did he know I was a kobold?
Because he could remember you from the other day.
Oh, he's blind today. I see.
Yes.
I see, but he doesn't.
He's only a temporary toff.
See, also, Yip Yap Noir Tail in the.
Yes.
Oh my.
I
Can we get
guess
some
that
smooth
might
jazz in
work.
the background real quick?
Hmm?
Can we get some smooth jazz in the background real quick? Some live at Grilby's, perhaps?
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I should be fine.
Well, if you have a way of disguising yourself, I would just say be careful. Some bounty hunters are able to see through disguises, magical or not.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Is this free to play on my stream?
Well, I don't know. Let me pull this back up.
I thought Undertale music was good to play on stream.
I mean, it's like someone's cover of these songs.
Fair.
Let me see.
So technically it might be fair use, but I don't know.
I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, let's just imagine in our heads, theater in the mind.
Yeah, whenever I
mean,
get around to editing, I'll add in jazz, but not right now.
And by that,
I'm
she
always
means
more of
I'll
a
be
straight
happy.
liquid black coffee sort of guy.
All right.
Now that's definitely copyrighted.
Yes, it is. But it's so good though.
It is. Well, I'll leave. Have any of you three been to Sione? I don't know if I've asked.
No.
No. Have I been to Sione? I assume
No.
no. No.
I don't think any of us have ever been to Sione.
Bogarth, you're from Sione.
Oh crap!
That's your home?
I've never
Yeah, that's
been
the
to
expression.
there. I've been from there this whole
That's
time.
it. I do you know how long it's been since
Do
I've
you
been
know
from
who I am?
Sione? My wife and children have been gone. It's like I lived another lifetime.
Yeah, not in this life.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, I've been there.
Good. I will say things aren't very going well there right now. A lot of
I can tell.
border issues, goblin issues, that thing. But it should be all right as long as we stay with the caravan and eventually make our way into the Kaloral. We should be all right.
What's the that thing?
Oh, it's just a simple folktale, but I'm quite superstitious.
The what?
Folktale.
No. Before that. What was it called?
I simply just refer to it as that thing because it doesn't really quite have a name. It's more of a circumstance that's been happening to some travelers, but we shouldn't need to worry.
Oh.
He's been around since show 1 and he still doesn't have a name.
He's been around. Yeah.
As long as we stay with the caravan, as I said, don't wander off, all those things, should be all right.
Whatever you say.
On that note, I am going to go see if I can get that bartender to transcribe some notes for me, and I will leave you three to your day. It's very nice speaking with you.
Yeah.
And he suddenly vanishes.
So yeah.
So what do we do now?
Well, that leaves the old man and the blacksmith. Or if you just want to walk around.
I'll see what tales are being told to these tykes.
Okay.
I guess we'll go with.
You walk over to the old dwarven man, and as you approach, he slowly opens his eyes and looks over to you three, pushing himself up and gently telling the kids to keep reading as he comes over to speak with you. Yes, can I help you three?
Oh, we were just walking around killing time and saw that you were engaged in something. Weren't really sure what.
Right.
Oh.
Time is on our list of people to kill. Oh, crap.
What?
Forgive my companion. He's
An idiot.
Hey, I know that word. That's rude.
He's half retarded on his mother's side. JK.
Well, I am just having a small congregation with some of the children here. Um, I'm aware that there's no schoolhouse here, so I was simply educating them on some things.
Oh, lovely. And is your background in education or religion?
Well, I am a pastor, but I go from church to church.
Interesting.
Oh,
And
my apologies. Should have introduced myself with my name. My name is Berkom. And you three?
I am Isaiah Yeager at your service.
Balgroth the Dark.
Yip yap not your core halfling investigator.
And
Because I'm in a vest and I'm totally not a gator.
Okay.
are you a resident of Retcher or are you traveling through right now?
My wife and I are traveling through. We've been here for a few days now.
And what church are you part of?
I am part of the congregation of Svelda.
Do I know that one?
You recognize
that
the
one?
name. You all would recognize the name. It's up to Yip Yap if he wants to, You've heard it before. Svelda is one of the primevals. She's been referenced in terms of like fungus and decay and things like that.
Yeah, takes a slight
Ah,
shuffle closer to Balgroth. Yip takes a slight shuffle closer to Balgroth.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, what
Interesting.
and within your, I suppose you're an itinerant minister, so you are used to teaching new people. Are these children part of a congregation here, or just passing by, and you were willing to help them?
I was simply teaching them this morning. Most children in this continent wouldn't really learn of Svelda in the way that she should be learned, and most know her as a scary story.
Ah, and what is your correction?
Well, like all the primevals and primordials, Svelda is of duality. There are good things from her, and of course the bad. I simply wish to convey to these children that there are many things in this world that belong to the gardener, and they should be treated with respect, should they ever come across them.
I see. We know Svelda, like, does Svelda have a reputation as being like a remarkably like evil or malignant god, or just there's decay in the world and it's part of life?
Isaiah and Balgroth, you guys can either roll history or religion if you want to dive deeper.
I shall see what I can do.
You can ignore the advantage. Oh well, there you go. Doesn't matter. I know your game. No.
So, Isaiah, in school, you learned about most of the deities of this world. Svelda is one of those. The way you learned about it, she is one of these deities that likes to sort of play with the dead. She is kind of a countess of deals and has a grand bit of them. And also souls. She likes to walk among the living as an old woman, mostly, where she can grow grand flowers and fungi that have been told to be man-eating. And of course, her sort of the ones beneath her, her lesser deities, are really give or take. You didn't learn that much about the lesser deities because it didn't really apply, but many of them are kind of give and take on if they're good or bad. Some are malevolent, some don't interact with the living. Balgroth, you really learned of Svelda when you were being taught about the Tellurian and the others. It was very briefly mentioned because Svelda and the Tellurian have a very, very short history that where they intertwine that resulted in what was described to you as the creation of moss, which not only is just the plant, but what you gathered is a lesser deity that can grow out of the ground and takes different forms in as ways to trick travelers so that it can feed on them.
Right. Basically outside of the campaign, breaking fourth wall here. This isn't the same god primordial that I encountered, right? Or is it the same one?
No, the only primordial or primeval that you have interacted with is the Tellurian. The lesser deities you have interacted with, one of them was that robot, and from what it told you, the other one was the big Vezin that you met.
Right. Okay, so they're not the same. They're not the same thing. Okay, cool. Just trying to make sure I keep it right in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Lesser deity, moss god. Okay.
Zelda probably, unless I'll let you veto that. What would you say? Or here, I'll DM.
Okay. The old man kind of clears his throat as he picks up his cane and kind of not twirls it in a full circle, but kind of goes back and forth with it. If you three wish, I have some extra booklets that I could give you if you wish to read about it.
Sure, I'd be open to that.
Sure. I'll have one.
He goes back over to the fountain where his bag was sitting and pulls out two booklets similar to what the children were reading and hands one to Isaiah and the other to Balgroth. It's very short. It's only a couple pages. The first few give a sort of brief introduction to Svelda, along with the other primevals, Data, Zito, and Ambrew. The remainder of the booklet delves further into Svelda's influence along with certain flora and fauna that she has brought into the realm of life that you all reside on. It doesn't shy away from the harsher sides of this deity, how the spores from her creations can infect unknowing individuals, but it also provides pictures and diagrams of what these plants look like and how to create the appropriate medicinal aids should you be infected.
That's good. Interesting. Well, this is good information here. I hope to never need it, but it's good to have.
Right.
Well, should you ever find yourselves in swamps, this will become very pertinent to you.
Now, how did you come to, I suppose, desire to have people respect her portfolio in this way?
Well, I was raised in the congregation, as was my wife. I acknowledge all the other deities, of course. I'm not saying that Svelda is above any other. I just grew up around swamps. So her influences were the closest to my life that I could appreciate. Excuse me.
Of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, are you going with this caravan to Sione that's leaving tomorrow, or
Oh
simply?
no, I actually just came from Sione a few days ago. I'm traveling westward towards the great deserts of Xanthan and Karobi.
Oh, to what end?
Well, I understand that there is a war going on there currently, but I also understand that there are many tribes of kobolds and goblins that could be used of assistance. And of course, Karobi is such an interesting area. It is said to be the biggest swamp on Miro, and I wish to see what it's like.
Well, of course. Well, I hope it goes well for you.
Thank you.
I'll let you get back to teaching, unless Balgroth, you have any thoughts.
Nah, Balgroth just stays continually reading the pamphlet.
Okay.
I'll let you know if I come across any ogres and onions in these swamps.
Mm-hmm. You might.
And he goes back to reading.
With that, unless Yipiap wants to say something,
No.
we can take our 10-ish minute break, and then we'll come back.
Lovely.
Cute.
So my pastor and my sister think I shouldn't date girls that like anime. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Blasphemy.
Huh?
Why don't you want cool girlfriends, bro?
Well, so I will say, my sister was like, he just hates the vibe. My pastor's like, now Dale, technically, when has this ever worked for you? I'm like, look, scientifically, slick back, I see what you're saying here. However, I don't know if this is the rule I want to go with in life.
No, it's a fifth name slick back. Get the name right.
Yeah, I guess this would be a pastor named Slick. A pastor named a pimp named Slickback. But yeah, no. I haven't gone on a few. I had gone on a few dates with the girl that I saw at Otakon, which is the biggest anime convention on the East Coast. So we'll see if he ends up approving or if I get excommunicated again.
Well, what do you mean again?
It actually used to be a joke that like I would just be excommunicated over like the most minor non-offenses, but we haven't made that one in a while. Probably hits too close to home now.
Lol.
Boy. I was like making fun of him the other day for that, and I'm like, so like you just think I shouldn't date any girls that like anime? He's like, well, like I would tell a girl she shouldn't date a guy who likes anime either. I'm like, Paul, I'm right here.
What apparently is wrong with anime?
I think so. So my sister was like, well, I think they like if it's a girl that like actively goes to conventions, she probably dresses skanky and like is into some weird stuff. Which, in fairness,
Probably.
like is like if we're throwing like darts at a board, I get it. But I would like. Granted, just because I haven't vetted well in the past doesn't mean it can't be done.
Right. The underlying assumption is that nobody normal likes anime, or nobody normal dresses up like their favorite character. Like, you do the same thing for Halloween, too.
Yeah, I know.
Well, unless you're like one of those like strict Baptists who believe that, Halloween is of the devil.
I mean, there's plenty of Presbyterian trunk or treats too, but
Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm straight and I'm a Baptist.
But you also wear kobold costumes and play D&D, so that pretty much makes you a Satanist.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I asked if they played D&D, and their answer was like, no, I stay away from Satan, and I couldn't tell if they were joking or not, and I have not had the chance to follow up. We'll see.
Oh. It's like, oh, okay, I know not to talk to you anymore.
Roast. I think it was
probably stay away from Satan. No, me too. I was just asking if you have a life or not.
Whoa. Oh, I did get to make this though for part of my cosplay, so that was pretty fun.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah, I saw.
It's a what?
What's your cosplay?
I was someone who hunts cursed spirits with a cleaver that is wrapped in cow skin.
That certainly looks like that.
Yes.
Epic.
It is, I'm very proud. I made the handle and it turned out really well. Well, I made the whole thing, but I was particularly proud of how the handle turned out. So yeah, it was fun. Quite fun. And now I might go to the Ren Fair.
Gonna go to the Ren Fair with that.
They don't really like cosplay weapons at the Ren Fair, but that might look not real enough that I could do it. The question is, am I going to go by myself or with a lady? That's what the Vegas odds are going on right now.
That sounds like that's up to your own ability, man.
Fair.
That sounds like a you problem to solve.
It is. Well, I hope it's no one else's problem.
Right.
Just like 10 other guys, like I was hoping to go with the same one. No. Have you guys seen the TikToker Womp Tomp at all?
No, I don't think so. What is this person do?
He's just like this nice little guy that like goes on these like rants. He's pretty funny, but like also makes good points. But yeah, you should check him out.
That's kind of the best person to be.
Yeah. He goes
Funny
by
and right.
You say funny and white or funny and right?
I could be so bad.
What do you mean it's the same thing?
So bad. Oh God. But funny and right is what I was saying with the R.
with an R, yes.
So what does he actually talk about?
I think he's a Christian. He is a Christian, as far as I know. He talks about like just like random stuff, whether it be like a tangential thing politically, or like a cultural men versus women happening, or like just someone ineffectively trolling in his comments, and he'll just like berate them harshly. It's pretty funny. I appreciate that he doesn't treat people that are not mature as though they're mature people to be respected.
Right. I would treat you the way that you should be treated. Oh my goodness, he's packing heat.
Yeah. Except a fake profile pretending to be him keeps friending me. So I'm like, man, I was getting all excited because Womp Tomp's following me. And now it's like, no, some guy from India is following me.
Hello, I am your favorite comedian. Give me some money.
I
am under the water.
I've had nothing but positive experiences with actual Indians in my life, but they all dog on Indians so hard. It's outrageous. Like one time I was on a phone call with a guy that I used to work with, and like he was like this 50-year-old Indian dude, and he just starts going off on all the Patels.
Wow.
They're very shrewd and crafty people. Oh, it was insane. I was like, oh gosh, if I said any of this, I would be like removed from my post.
You will be ostracized.
Yes.
So we're back.
We back.
We back.
Yep. And now, what's this? Nice. And now so you guys just spoke with him, and he goes back to talking with the children and such, which leaves either exploring around or going to see what could be brewing at the blacksmith.
Let's go to the blacksmiths, everybody.
Yeah. Why can't he be a Hispanic smith?
Well, that's not a historically Hispanic or Latino name.
How do you know his name?
Smith?
Okay. Go. Do you guys remember? I'll give you inspiration if you can remember what the blacksmith's name is.
I have to go back to my old notes on my external
It
hard drive.
starts with a G.
I feel bad because my brain immediately went to Smithy.
Bear with me 1 second. I might have it written down somewhere.
Go. Glad? Nope, not glad. Why is my throat? Did I yell the other day?
Let's see here.
I know the name on my tongue is wrong because it's a Pokemon region.
What, Genova?
No, Galar. Galar.
Galar.
Ah, yes, I am America. Let me pound out this chest
Oh.
plate.
This is a blacksmith minotaur named Gavin.
You mean Minotaur?
You're really close.
Oh, well, I wrote down Gavin. I definitely heard Gavin all those months ago.
His name is LeGavin.
Oh, I probably thought you were joking.
No, his name is
Not
LeGavin.
Gavin.
Like
It
the
is
Gavin.
a Spanish.
Le Gavin.
Jeremiah. Jeremiah, it is.
Le Gavin.
Jeremiah, it is a Hispanic blacksmith. It's Le Gavin.
Shut up.
Exactly! I was right!
Is this guy good at basketball?
I mean, he's a Minotaur.
I just
so-
redid his profile thing, and I quite like how it came out.
But here's the
Yeah,
question.
I saw you do it and
Minotaurs
somehow
jump?
still forgot his name.
But here's the question. Can Minotaurs jump?
Depends. Anyway. I'll walk up to the blacksmith. And inside you see the blacksmith. Because the name of the building is also the name of the occupation for some reason.
I mean, it's kind of the other
We
way.
like to keep it simple in the smithing business.
Yeah. He's
Has it
seen,
taken us? How long did it take us to get here?
say about maybe, not that long, like 10 minutes.
Still got most of an hour on my disguise.
Hello, Le Gavin. How are you today?
When you walk inside, you see that he's sitting over his latest project. His forge is burning very brightly as he kind of looks over a very shiny slab of metal. When you speak, he lifts his head up and smiles at the three of you. Hello! It's good to see you three again! I was almost worried you wouldn't come back. Something might have happened.
Yes, well, we always seem to find our way back here.
Well, that's good. How have you three been?
I died.
I can see that. Interesting.
Another guy died. Only Balgroth came back.
Very good.
Really, Balgroth wasn't... I mean, to say he was dead is such an ugly way of things to put on my soul. But...
The right way to say it!
Hush. We were just curious, what's going on with you since your armor turned evil?
Well, as you can see, I remodeled the place. My original smithy was destroyed by a giant lobster. So I figured what better time to remodel.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
Yes.
Where'd the lobster go?
Yeah, I ran off. As these things do. He stands up and kind of walks over to you three. Now. Any grand tales from where you've been?
Well, minus a little brush with death, we've been to a number of kingdoms that are having severe hierarchical issues.
Hmm.
And there seem to be dark forces afoot in the world right now. Doppelgangers and evil gods and flogants.
Hmm. I
It's
see.
been a lot.
I see. I see. And he looks down to what he assumes to be Yip Yap. And is this that little kobold from before?
No, I'm Yip Yap No Tail. Halfling investigator. Because I'm in a vest, I'm definitely not a gator adjacent looking guy.
He chuckles and kind of crosses his arms. Oh, shame. If that kobold had come back, I would have traded the armor I gave him for a better set that I've been working on.
Yip Yap drops it immediately. What?
Ah, there he is. And I see the armor has treated you well. I fully expected it to break while you were wearing it, but I'm glad it didn't. Anyway, why don't you take that off and hand it back to me?
Yep. I guess Yip Yap threw off his blanket in that, otherwise he wouldn't have been able to see the armor. So Yip Yap starts doffing the armor.
The Gavin takes it and sets it up on a workbench before moving back. Well, how do you feel about dragon scale armor?
Oh, what kind? What
Like, is
what,
this a career
what
for
color
you?
of dragon?
Or-
What's it from?
Green dragon.
Oh, yeah, sure. That would complement some of my stuff, I suppose. Yeah.
He removes a set of armor from a mannequin, and it is a very sleek, scaled armor that he hands to you. It's made for your size, and it's not as heavy as you would expect it to be.
Not as heavy as I expected it to be.
Yes, but it's very durable. I had the green dragon scales imported. I looked for red dragon scales, but I wasn't entirely sure if you would have appreciated that. Also, I couldn't find any. So, on that note,
I
though,
wouldn't have.
fair. Oh, and I figured you would have enjoyed this little bit. And he goes down to one of the gauntlets of this armor and presses a button near kind of the inside of the elbow, and a knife comes out from a compartment against the gauntlet.
Well, stabby.
Yes, this is just a placeholder. You can put your own knives in here if you wish. It's a way to hide them and also to get the upper hand on any opponents.
Is it palm side or back of the hand side? Assassin's Creed puny.
You got any good heavy armor?
I always do, my friend. You can take a look in the back and find a piece that I'm in the middle of quite a few, but you can find one that suits you, and I'll have it finished up.
So, will this match kind of the style of armor I had before, or would this be a different pattern?
It can look however you want it to look. It's just green scale armor. And as you kind of start putting it on, Gavin kind of rubs his hands and puts them in his pockets, or like kind of loops them through his belt. Now, price, though, because the first armor I gave you was free, and this was expensive to make. We all have jobs to do.
He's
Now I
saying
can
to
either.
who? He's saying this to who?
Yep.
Um,
Now I can either have you spend 50 gold pieces on it, and that will be fine. Or You can take it for half price and do me a favor.
What's the favor?
I need some pest taken care of in the back. It's been hiding up in my shed for a few days now, and whenever I try to go out to it, I don't remember what happens. But it's still there.
You don't remember what happens. Is it messing with your mind?
Balgroth sort of yells from in the back, "Memory wipe!
What?
Memory wipe!"
That's what I assume, at the very least.
Well,
Well,
Yip can barely remember anything, so that might work. He says this while, like, still yelling, but I'm speaking so everybody can actually hear me.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose that we can give it a try, yes.
All right.
Okay.
You'll get the armor afterwards. Little one.
Oh. Yip starts putting his armor back on.
I have to make sure you actually get it, of course. Unless you just want to pay the 50 gold.
I mean, we can use the experience. In a diegenic sort of way.
Well, all right. It's in my back shed. I can hear it rummaging around in there, and sometimes I catch glimpses of its green skin, if you can call that skin. But then the next thing I know, I'm looking up at the sky, and I can't remember what happened.
It's alarming.
Yes, it is.
No, I'm saying that.
Yes, it is.
Well, I suppose we'll do what we can.
All right. He sits back down and gets back to work.
Oh, and I would give her a ring of mind shielding right about now. But as is, let's get out there and find this vile creature.
Fine, but I'm coming back and looking at the armor.
Now
So
we're
this
rolling
is
out.
his shed right here. And the door is closed.
Balgroth, open the door.
It swaps with Yip now.
Also, why is my crow huge?
I don't know, man.
Like, I don't mind, but like, you know.
He big.
There.
Hey, yo!
Wait, I'm huge. Wait, what? What is
You might have-
tokens on it?
I've been adjusting the size of the tokens.
I can tell.
Well,
Yip is swole.
whoa, that's very neon teal.
Oh, Balgarth opened the door. Is there a knob on the door?
There is a sort of like handle on it.
He pushes the
I'm
handle.
good. I'm good. We already have a handle on the situation.
He
It opens.
And Balgroth looks at Isaiah like, what did you expect to happen?
Just go in there and see if you can find the thing.
This isn't my job to... Whatever. He starts to walk in and sort of look for the rat.
So
Right.
inside, it's a very small area, like 20 feet by 20 feet in a square. And half of it is covered in boxes and barrels and things. At the back, there's no light. The only light coming in is from the door where you're standing.
Mm-hmm.
And from inside, you hear something immediately like start hitting against the boxes at the very back corner of the shed.
It's in the back corner. Yip yap, you might be able to reach him. Get him.
Right. Oh.
What are you
Double check.
scared?
Oh, a kobold scared? What is it, a Tuesday? I was very close to being a Squidward voice. Anyways.
My house.
Yip will have Fossil fly out from under him and just kind of hover and try to get eyes on a safe distance away from anything that can't throw.
Are you looking through his eyes?
Yeah.
So, I have completely... I'm sorry. I forgot.
Looks like you just got affected by the rat. Oh my gosh, it's affected the DM!
You just said its name. Why can't...
Fossil.
Fossil.
You've been struck by...
For some reason, my mind was like, okay, Azeroth. Wait, no.
Metreon Synthos?
That was weird. Fossil kind of flies around. It has about the door is like a regular door height, and then the shed itself is maybe 10 feet high. So there's enough clearance for him to fly around over the boxes, around to see what's in the very back of the shed. And through his eyes, there's a figure kind of curled up into itself in the very shadows, the overlapping shadows of the shed. And it seems to be creaking, not exactly shivering. It's moving too slow to be shivering. And as Fossil kind of gets eyes on it, it slowly turns its head towards your creature.
I'm narrating this to them, by the way. I'm narrating this to them.
Okay. And Yip, can you roll a wisdom save, please?
I could sure try.
And I guess a wisdom save for Fossil, too.
Oh dear. Oof.
Well, that's funny, because I have my HDMI plugged into my setup. I hear it through the speakers on the floor.
Interesting.
Womp, womp. Hey.
Oh.
Get it, Fossil?
Is the second one Fossil's roll?
Yes.
Okay. So Yip, you lose connection to Fossil. You notice that. And then immediately, it's like your brain resets. You forget everything. And then it all comes back to you at once, except the last 5 minutes. And you have no idea why you're outside.
Yep, just blue screens. What? What are we doing here?
Yip, what are you talking about?
We're going to the blacksmith or something, and I don't remember it. What are we doing here?
Yip, we're at the blacksmith.
Then where is he? Fossil, what are you doing up there?
He's
What kind
been
of-
taken.
What kind of noise does Fossil make when he's in distress?
Yer.
Distressed lizard. like
It's making those noises inside.
like a hissing, but a little more like what you'd expect out of a lizard.
You hear those noises coming from inside the shed, and Balgroth standing in the doorway with Yip Yap, you see Fossil crawling out from under a crate, kind of crawling rather than like running away. And its tail and back legs are covered in moss as it's making noises of pain, but it's not poofing. So it's not taking damage, but it's in pain.
Fossil is going to. Yip Yap is going to bamf Fossil so he disappears and then reappears like 5 feet in front of them.
In the
Is that
shed?
any different?
Is he appearing 5 feet in front of you in the shed or outside of the shed?
5 feet in front of where we're standing, which is at the threshold.
The moss is gone, but Fossil is still shaking from whatever he endured.
You said the moss
I
is gone.
I telepathically communicate with Fossil to just like tell me what communicate.
What moss?
Hmm?
You said the moss is gone?
The moss that was on the tail and back legs of Fossil.
Oh, interesting. Did it appear on Yip Yap or no?
Nope.
You look at Yip Yap, he's purely moss. He's a chia pet now.
It's a hedge. Oh God.
And now with the hat.
Yip Yap.
So you make a mental connection to Fossil, and in whatever language happens between you two, you make out the sort of message of evil moss hurts, eyes glowing hurts.
I narrate that verbatim.
In the little booklet we read from the guy, does it talk at all about moss?
We
Yeah.
got
mentions-
here via moss.
It mentions, as I said, some of the flora that is from the responsibility of Svelda. And underneath that are different variations of moss, mold, fungi, and some flowers.
So what do you do about the moss, mold, fungi, and some flowers? What's the solution? Fire?
The only issues that are formatted in the booklet are like if you inhale any of the spores that these flora give off, because that apparently seems to be the most pertinent information. And the cure is a simple herbal medicine that can be made with common plants.
Interesting.
As whatever's back there hurt Fossil really bad. Or
Paul
scared him.
Get in there. Balgroth, Yip Yap, are you just going to let them hurt Fossil, or are you going to do something about it?
What do you want me to do? I don't have any fire powers. I can't
Use your
burn moss.
sword.
What do you think I'm going to do? Turn it into a tossed salad?
Yes. You're going to kill whatever's making the moss.
Ugh.
Or it will kill us.
Listen,
Or
if you can't handle it, I'll call in the big guns. But I just thought, you might want a chance to show that you are still Balgroth the Dark, the Blade of Vengeance.
You don't have any big guns aside from me. And Balgroth takes out his necrotic battle axe and just walks right in.
Too easy.
After I get done with this thing, you're next.
So you walk in, and as I said, there are boxes and things in your way, but you can push them aside or kind of step over them.
Yeah, I move them around with the axe.
And is it just Balgroth in the shed now?
I'll back him up, but at a good distance.
Okay. So Balgroth, you turn the corner and, well, you at first hear this shuffling and kind of like a noise you've never heard an animal make. And you turn around a crate to see the source of the noise.
Mhm.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh boy. Oh great. Can I use my inspiration to re-roll that?
You can if you like.
Oh yeah, did we all get inspiration for the opening?
Yes, you did.
Come on.
Do it.
Come on, internet.
Come on, buddy. You can do it.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, it's better.
You see green and yellow. And for a moment, you see a face. And then the next thing you know nothing. And you fall back. Not prone necessarily, you can get up easily when you try. But you fall back and you feel this itching sensation at your feet and legs. And when you come to, you have no recollection of the past 5 minutes.
Oh, what's going on? My
Yep,
feet
yeah,
are
it's just
itching.
kind of holding your face, just like, are you okay? What's wrong? Are you okay?
Why are you holding my feet? Get off me! Why
You-
are my feet itching?
There's a thing that's making us weird and forgetting. And your what is what?
My feet are itching.
Yep, yeah, kind of awkwardly steps off of you.
He goes to look at his legs.
Are you wearing boots?
Yeah.
You kind of take off your boot and roll up your pants leg. And Jesus, don't nuke the shed.
Well,
And you see a pale shade of moss is creeping up your right leg.
oh, yeah,
Yikes.
no, I'm definitely doing this. There's no moss on Yip Yap and Fossil now, right?
No, Fossil's clean now.
Is Yip Yap clean?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to exclude Yip Yap and Fossil from this.
What?
The moss has to go.
Are you focusing
Why on me?
I'm throwing it like right in here, so it'll spread out from that area, presumably largely contained and within this structure.
Just because I'm resistant doesn't mean I want to.
So save. If you're level 7, if you pass your save, you'll take 0 damage.
Takes a. Let's make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Yes, that's a fail. All right.
Is it dex
Does that
save?
mean me as well?
You too. Yep, you don't have to make a save though, because I exempted you from it.
Oh,
I exempted
well, I would have passed.
you. Yeah, you're fine.
Oh.
So
This will
20,
save you.
28 fire damage.
29.
29 fire damage.
29
I need
fire
to-
damage.
If you're doubling it, that's 58.
Wait a second. What?
I mean, I figured a plant might be vulnerable to fire, you know?
49
Yeah, including me.
Listen, Balgroth, this is going to burn that disgusting moss off of you.
It better.
It does.
You see? I'm like a doctor.
As I take 29 fire damage.
Resistance
Replace
means half damage, right?
Yes.
Correct.
What's half of 29?
14. Quick muffs. Boom, boom, boom. Skitty pop pop.
He's like a doctor, replacing you one portion at a time.
That's literally what he's been doing this whole time.
The Balgroth of Theseus. At what point will we end up with just Cortez and company?
Like
Burn the rest of it
literally,
away. All that's left is skull.
At the end,
The
it's
only
just
thing
like,
you have is my shell and my soul.
Balgroth is gone. There is only Cortez.
There's only Gary.
What you made me.
Interesting.
After you made me.
So, what reaction do I see to that?
After the fire diminishes, all of the crates and barrels have kind of caught fire briefly, but luckily there's nothing flammable inside, so they kind of dies out, but it's still kind of burning. It seems to be mostly scrap metal in these boxes. Inside, at the very back of the shed, you hear a screech that is inhuman. It does not sound like it doesn't sound like it doesn't sound real. It sounds like what your mind would put in place of seeing someone scream but not hearing anything. You know what I mean? And the next thing you know, Balgroth, who is on the ground still, and now has been set ablaze briefly, a large vine makes its way from beneath the on-fire crates and grabs his ankle and starts to pull him towards the back of the shed.
What?
So he's grappled. And we can roll initiative now. That's not initiative. That's initiative.
Oh my.
Darn, I don't have any fire spells. I don't have.
I think
If we
fire
can,
didn't do well against it, but we'll see.
No.
I'll say that firebolt doesn't have to count for your turn technically, so you can make another go at the start of
I
this.
can do another fireball.
I mean, with again Balgroth in the way, yeah.
I'm not, I don't have any moss on me, so could you not?
Well, I am going to. I see you measuring off right there.
I was just testing something.
Yeah. Bear with me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I have to read the exact text of it before I do something that they'll regret. Okay. No, this is fine. All right. I'm going to now cast Storm Sphere. Where's my drawing abilities? Ellipse. And I want it to be blue. And we'll have. Okay. Well, no. Whoops. Hang on.
Whoa.
I know. I'm going to delete it. Hang on. Delete. So I need to make this part clear, I guess. All right. So it's 20. I don't know. It's like this big. I'm not going to get technical with it. I'm going to pop a storm sphere I'm going to exempt Balgroth and Fossil from this.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll click the spell now and you can take a look. Oh wait, no, that's not what I wanted.
Succeed on a strength saving throw. Okay.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to do the bolt at it. Oh, shoot. Does a 25 hit it?
Yeah.
All right.
So, what damage does the Storm Sphere do? 4 or?
The Storm Spear does 3.
Okay.
I accidentally hit it twice. And then the actual bolt does 13.
Okay.
Keep going, guys. You've got this. I say as I do not get anywhere near it.
You hear another screeching sound as it becomes Zebriap's turn.
Domain expansion.
Do I have? Oh. Do I have to touch? I am going to run over and tap Balgroth and Wild Magic cast Enhance Ability. Enhance Ability Strength? I think you need Strength to get away from the grappler, I'm guessing.
Athletics or acrobats, whichever.
Yeah. I need to select what level I'm casting that at.
And then that's wild magic.
That is wild.
So roll a D100. View it.
42. The life.
There's endurance, bull's strength. So you give him strength?
Yes.
Okay, and 42.
Uh-oh.
That's so funny. So yep, you touch Balgroth's shoulder, and this red energy goes from your arm down your hand into kind of his chest. And Balgroth, you feel very, very strong. Like you can hold the world up as Atlas.
Yes!
And you take your hand away, happy to have helped your friend, and you start to notice your hand turning green and leafy.
And what?
Leafy?
What's happening?
And it goes up your arm as you start to shrink a little bit. And Balgroth and Isaiah, you both watch as Yip Yap turns into a little bonsai tree, pot and all, right next to Balgroth's head. And
Is it like a sentient bonsai or literally just a bonsai tree?
just a bonsai. Just a little bonsai tree. I like to
What
think
happens to my consciousness?
you're in a bonsai tree.
I'm consciously a bonsai tree.
You're as a bonsai.
I am Groot.
You have vulnerability to all damage.
Shoot.
So have fun with that.
I
Does
certainly
it have vulnerability to all damage?
Hmm?
Is it vulnerability or invulnerability?
Vulnerability.
Oh no.
But this only lasts until your next turn, so stay safe. Next up is
yeah, because I can control that. Thanks.
Area of effect.
Is the storm sphere like an ongoing thing?
It is.
Oh.
Balgroth, Yip, and Fossil are exempt. So it's difficult terrain right now, and then on my turn, it's
Okay.
fine.
So it doesn't take damage every turn it's in the sphere, or it does?
Hang on a second. I'm reading the wrong one.
Oh, okay, I see.
Within the sphere, must succeed. Yeah. Or when it appears, when it ends its turn in the sphere.
Ends its turn. Got it. So it still has a grip on Balgroth's leg and pulls him ever closer. But then the vine starts to lift Balgroth up to the very top of the 10-foot shed, like within the swirling wind, and it slams him back down.
Oh wait, I'm a tree. I can't make noise.
It hits.
11 bludgeoning into the ground.
I'm gonna have to heal.
And then it's gonna take that. It's gonna do the strength save. 17 saves.
And it does save.
And it was 3 damage or 4 damage?
3 damage.
Okay, so it takes 1 damage.
I think it just doesn't even take half. It just takes nothing.
Alright. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, that's turn. Balgoth. There's a plant next to you where a Yip Yap was.
Yeah,
And
so
the question is, do you think it's hostile or not, based on what you've seen?
I've literally seen Yip Yap heal me and turn into a bonsai plant, so I know it's not hostile. But and of course, it's not actually doing anything. So I'm going to use my, I guess, additional strength to get out of these vines.
Okay. Roll.
Do I need to roll for that, or?
Yes, because you're technically grappled, but because of Yip Yap imbuing you with strength, I think that gives you advantage.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of these spells work. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So enhance ability.
Rip that vine in half and stand up.
Now, you've made me angry. But first, I'm going to use my first action to cast Cure Wounds on myself because I am low.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
You have lay on hands, my guy.
I completely forgot about that.
Why make billions when we could make millions? Kind of move right there.
Whatever.
I'd like to think, just for flavoring, because the way Yip Yap would think of encouraging someone to enhance their ability is just like impart on them a fitting moniker. So with the spell, it being Bull Strength, the spell basically makes Balgroth think, I'm Balgroth Bull Strength. I'm gonna get out of here.
Right. Right. I'm going to use my second. Well, I'm going to use my bonus action to activate Branding Smite on my Blade of Vengeance. And I'm going to smack this bad boy.
On the floor.
Do you have to be within 5 feet to do that?
Oh, I'm not near. I'm not at 5 feet to do that.
I would say, logistically, you're 10 feet away from it right now. Because it just had its vine. Unless you're aiming for the vine and not the creature itself, you can do that.
No, I walk up to him and basically just attack him.
Can you roll a wisdom saving throw?
Oh no.
You gotta be
You're gonna
kidding
protect
me.
the fireball now. I wouldn't even
There's
have
a
to
tornado going on. There's fire everywhere. I guess the tornado would have put the fire out, so you're fine on that. But
Well, I mean, even then, like the tornado's not necessarily affecting me. It's only him.
yeah, but you go up to it.
Are you kidding me?
I'll say that you attack it first, and then you look at it, and this happens. So that does hit. So do your damage.
Okay.
Just to make it fair.
And so it's neither undead or a fiend. It's just plants.
It is plant, yes. $14, $11, $25. Okay,
25.
not bad. So yeah. You slash into it. And as you look up to see how much damage you've done to it, you black out again. And your body, like in this interim of consciousness, you've become what feels like as light as a feather, as the wind of the sphere seems to push you out of the door over the little potted yip yap.
Whoa!
Do I just see him like pop out the door randomly?
Yes.
Balgroth, get back in there.
Oh, is that the end of your turn, Balgroth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I take the tiny yip yap with me as I sort of stumble out?
No.
Or I guess just knocking it over?
No.
Alrighty then.
What's happened to Fossil?
He's next to the bonsai plant, I guess.
I
Wherever
think
you want him to
Fossil
be.
would drag the plant away.
Okay, that's fair.
Just bites onto the rim of the pot and just...
Isaiah.
Well, I suppose the only thing to do is throw another fireball in there.
Well, at least we're out of there this time.
Balgroth, why are you out of there? This is embarrassing. How? You know what? Forget it. Forget it.
Okay. So it takes half,
Yes.
and then another half. So half of 27 is like 13.
13. So we're looking at 6. But we've also got this lightning attack that's coming at it.
Yeah.
If I can.
Yeah,
20.
that hits.
All right, that's 15 lightning.
You send the lightning in there right after the firebolt, and the screaming kind of reverberates again as a pulse of energy like leaves the shed. And then Yip Yap. Yip Yap grows back into himself. He's no longer a bonsai. Shake off the leaves and twigs.
I became a grass type. Yip Yap spits out a few leaves. Is it still alive? What happened? All I knew was root, soil. Is anybody going to answer my question? Am I deaf?
No.
I thought you were asking her if it was gone.
No, it's gone. Yeah, it ended. He's no longer a tree.
No, not the bad guy. Is the bad guy gone?
Oh, no.
Right.
Still
No,
there.
I'm asking you. I don't know who she is.
Balgruff or Yip Yap, kill whatever's in there.
Oh, okay. What do I have? What do I? Only I had a bomb.
Only I had a bomb. I think that.
Can it be seen?
What?
Can it be seen?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Ew.
It's visible.
I do. I don't have any AoE spells. Well, no, I do. I am going to pull my hood all the way over and bite down on it so I cannot see, run in there until I hit something, and let out my koboldish whine, aka Thunderwave. I am going to upcast.
I like to think you run into the wall of the shed. You don't even go inside. But I'll say you go inside. Okay, so Constitution save. Dang.
So all they hear is
So that's 14, 7. And then roll wild magic, please.
Oh, of course.
You're in the shed now?
Yes, but I cannot see. I have forced myself to be on it. Yip Yap is
Yes.
doing
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I really hope this somehow is another AoE thing. With a 98.
After you scream, it reverberates in your skull before slowly getting replaced with very nice orchestra music.
Oh,
Like, just very, like, I don't know, like, not intense orchestra music, but, like
like The Sims. Like.
I was gonna say, like, Nutcracker, but yeah.
Oh, that I can do. There's some Kevin McLeod stuff.
Alright. Is that gonna be your turn?
I believe. Well, let me double check. But I cannot do anything else. Do I really just not have extra attacks at this point? Can I not just do multiple things on a turn or something? It's so lame. Well, I can use a point to cast something as a bonus action, I think. Yeah. I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
I'm gonna rage at the music because I'm worried it's the monster.
Alright.
Where is it? Oh, I mapped that wrong. I was actually subtracting from this bracket. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. 14. Whole damage. Roll wild magic again.
61.
61. So are your eyes open underneath the hood?
No, they are screwed shut.
Okay.
What?
So is that gonna be your turn?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't see it. You hear it, like not over, but within the howling wind that's inside the shed after you've screamed twice. You hear this thing, like, shuffle step towards you. Kind of like a forest that's being pulled up into a tornado. And you feel vines wrap around, like, your arms and torsos. And it starts to slowly lift you up as you hear a voice like a chainsaw digging through a very old tree, cracking underneath the weight of gravity. You hear it say, "Everything returns to nature." And it's going to slam you twice. One into the wall, one to the ground.
Dang.
Actually, that second one's a crit fail.
Okay. What about the first one?
That probably, yeah, that hits.
So you take 8 bludgeoning damage, and you're grappled.
Uh,
Great.
And that's going, so grapple. I guess you do that in your move. Balgroth's turn.
Well, number one, I am going to cast lay on hands on myself, bringing me back to full health. And do I hear that basically screaming everything returns to nature?
No, that was something that was kind of just whispered to Yip Yap.
Do I hear any particular sounds coming from the direction in the room? Just so I can pinpoint a sort of idea of where that creature is?
You can hear the, like, wood and vines creaking and moving around.
But it's not necessarily towards a specific direction.
No.
Darn, I'm going to have to go in. I go in looking for Yip Yap. Do I see him or the vines anywhere?
Yip Yap is being held up by the vines and is kind of blocking your view of the creature that's holding him up.
Good. I strike for the vines.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit.
I hit again.
That does hit.
I was going to say.
Actually, no, I'm kidding. 9. Okay.
Just to cut off the vines.
Okay. You
Yeah,
managed to sever one of the vines holding up Yip Yap, but he's still grappled.
Hey, that's pretty much all I can do right now.
Okay. Is it?
Alrighty. So basically, I just heard something real creepy come out of there. Am I able to see this thing or no from where I am?
Mm-mm. You'd have to go into the shed and look around Yip Yap.
I'm not that
No,
big.
I will.
But it's holding you, like, in front of its face.
Oh,
I will
I see.
take a look. Can I see it like now?
You can see the lower half of its body. It's sort of like thick trunk-like legs holding it up.
Ugh. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to cast Ralotham's Psychic Lance.
Okay.
Gotta make an intelligence save.
Oof.
Ooh. He's going to take 21 psychic damage and will be incapacitated until is it the beginning of my next turn or the end of it.
Frustrated.
21.
Start. Okay. How much damage?
He'll
21.
take 21.
Okay.
21 psychic and is incapacitated till the start of my next turn, and then I'm also going to therefore cast or hit him with the lightning bolt as well.
Okay. That doesn't hit.
Dang.
You manage to incapacitate it, and it drops Yip Yap, no longer grappled, and it falls down.
Kill it.
And that will be Yip Yap's turn.
That is my turn, yes.
Oh, it'll be my turn. We'll spring up. Still not able to see. Did my last wild magic do anything?
Your eyes are glowing. That's it. But you don't have you didn't have them open, so.
Okay, so it went from being dark to being bright. Okay. Yep's gonna do the only thing he knows can reliably do damage right now, given his state. And he is. What can I do here? I don't have Twin Spell. That would be cool. What is Subtle Spell? Oh, okay. Not relevant. Yeah, I'm going to, just repeat what I did. Use Koboldish Wine. At regular level. And then I'm going to spend my, how many sorcery points is it? Quicken Spell is, 2 sorcery points. Okay. Oh, so I actually cannot subtle spell to do it again because I only have 3 sorcery.
13.
So for my next trick,
You need roll wild magic.
what? Oh, well, that makes a little sense. What do you mean /4 isn't a command? What is grovel a bonus action? Or sorry, it's a full action. Yeah, I'm just gonna be there now because I'm stuck.
Okay. After you scream at it again, you start to feel very lightweight, and your body is kind of glowing. Mostly your feet are kind of glowing with this red energy because you casted Levitate on yourself.
Oh. I like to think I just start tilting slowly.
Yeah. And then this thing can't do anything because it's incapacitated.
Woohoo!
So that puts it to Balgroth.
So I'm closing my eyes and I cast my divine sense to detect its presence.
It's not evil.
Doubt.
Oh no, this is just Spider-Man 3 with the Sandman.
Right. I guess sort of speak to it. Why are you attacking us?
Can it talk when it's incapacitated?
Ah, well.
slap him awake.
The only way to uncapacitate it is to kill it. So I sort of keep my eyes closed, but still, because I can actually detect. I mean, if I detect its morality, I can still detect its presence, right?
Yeah.
So I swing in its general direction.
Okay. Hits.
Time to smack.
Okay.
14. And I smack it again. Since I know that I actually hit something. Darn! Oh, I missed.
Ah,
What
dang.
he moves.
So as Isaiah's turn starts, its incapacitation ends, and it kind of makes that howling, screeching noise again, much louder as it echoes out of the shed, and you are able to make out 3 very strained words. I am sorry. And then Isaiah, you can go.
Isaiah, it said it's sorry.
Can't hear you over the storm sphere and the fire, but no.
All right, Storm Sphere.
Well,
When you're
oh yeah, it's got.
when he's winning, everything returns to nature. When he's losing, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. No way. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
I didn't know I was going to lose this fight.
I would have won.
I didn't think I'd get this far.
Strength saving
I
throw.
would have won.
And then,
Womp womp. Just take the 3.
okay.
Did you say take a 3?
Take the 3.
I'm confused.
You're sorry.
I lost something here. What?
Why did my crow just grow?
Because I was getting tired of it being that small.
Behold.
The bit was done in my
Now that I'm back at full power.
It has now become Big Bird.
All right. I will hold off for a second and say, well, then come out of there and we can talk this out.
After a moment, Yip Yap, do you still have your hood down?
Mm-hmm.
Yip Yap, you hear a shuffling move past you, and you can smell, like, it smells like the ground right after rain.
Oh, petrichor.
And it leaves the shed with its head down, and you see this creature made of, like, its skin is still flesh, but is very green and mottled, and it kind of has moss and leaves growing out of its arms that elongate past where they should end. Parts of his body are open, not from cuts necessarily, but just lack of flesh as vines are making their way out. And its breathing is very ragged and heavy.
Do we see that?
Yeah.
I
What?
can't, though. I'm blinding myself.
What are you?
A mistake. A stupid mistake.
Hey, you're not stupid. I'm stupid.
Why were you attacking people and taking memories from the weak of mind?
I wasn't hurting them. I was hiding. You lighted the fire inside.
Well, you
Why
did.
were you?
You did remove the memories of 2 people and 3 people and cover them in moss. That
My
seemed hostile.
my eyes affect minds. It's hard to ask for help that way. The moss isn't. It shouldn't poison Ivy.
Oh,
Yip Yip looks around aimlessly. Wait, are we just talking now? What's going on?
I'm gonna diffuse the storm sphere. Game sphere. Um,
Spherical.
spherical. If you have the wireless controller pack, you can walk and play. Um, well, what do you need help with? What you say you're a mistake? Where do you come from?
And why were you hiding?
Nowhere to go was once like you, and it kind of doesn't look up, but it kind of shakes its head towards Balgroth. Paladin. But for the gardener, not the earth. Both severe in their punishments.
They punished you. Why?
It starts to cough and it hacks up like a wad of like weeds and mold. An oath broken. I had to.
Very few people choose to break their oaths with honor. Why did you break yours?
An oath of redemption marked me. I couldn't stop. I had to kill her.
Huh? Who's her? Not a kobold.
A witch. Not demon or fiend. My oath broken. I had to.
Who was the witch?
Shh. The glowing forest. Where she is now. She took everything from us. And I thought the gardener would show mercy. But the deities are never so kind to those who wrong them.
I don't know what to make of this.
I know a place where you can go.
I'm hungry.
What do you eat?
eat?
I can't.
How does that make sense?
Well, I can't help with that, but I do know a place where there's no one right now.
So, what do you think we should do? Fetch you a pail of water?
I only wish.
You out into the sun.
I want to be alone in my misery until I crumble.
How long will that take?
Till the vines eat my soul.
Well, for now, there's a cave in. Where's what continent is he from again?
Xanthan?
Xanthan. I keep thinking it starts with a K for some reason.
That's Karobi.
I keep thinking it's like a Cathria or something.
Okay.
Catherine.
In Xanthan, there's a cave. There's a beautiful mountain range with a forest. There's some goblins to the west, but there's an old cave there that's been abandoned for some time. I guess if you don't mind, some bodies that have been very haphazardly buried. I don't need that place again until my job is done out here. So you can crash there.
You hear a crunch from inside its body as another vine pushes out from its ribcage, shoving two bones out with it. And it slowly lifts its hand up. Won't make it that far.
Would you just prefer us to put you out of your misery now?
How do you choose one torture over another?
Am I able to? I want to cast Detect Magic. Do I get a sense that a Dispel Magic would be of any use on this guy?
No.
Drat.
What do you mean, one torture over another? This would be quick and painless.
Because of my deal. The gardener keeps my soul for her garden. Forever hers. To mold, plant, shape as she wants it. As this, there is pain, but it's me, in a way.
Bearing as much freedom as you can. Fine.
How long have you been like that? This.
I don't know. I lost sight of the sky a long time ago.
Who was the president? No. What year is it? Who's the president? I forget what the third question is. Oh no, I forgot what the third question is. I've had a concussion.
Well, I guess we'll leave you around to wander around, but you can't stay here.
I understand.
Oh. If you get out near what was the town we were at last, guys? The big town? The glass wing people?
You like with Stolas?
Yeah.
That place.
What? Yeah, yeah, what was his name?
Kincardine.
Hardin.
Thank you, mysterious voice.
Yeah. Near there on the road, there's an abandoned hotel. Again, if you don't mind bodies. Bodies kind of follow us wherever we go. I don't know what
Or
to tell
more,
you.
we leave them
But
wherever we go.
it's abandoned. There's solace. I don't know what that word means, but I've heard it to describe places that are lonely.
Might be a good place for you.
Yeah. Or, maybe find yourself a kind person who... Oh, I guess it's your eyes that do it, you said, not them being able to see. Or, well, I can't see you and I'm fine. So, I don't know. Find someone who's blind. Ease your pain. These people have eased my pain. Not fully, though. There's some people I need to kill.
Even though life does suck, there are still options.
Oh,
I know what it's like to have your entire life destroyed by something that's beyond you.
Pray to the Tylorian for mercy.
the Tellurian has no mercy. I will go looking.
He's had mercy on me.
The Tellurian did not do this to me.
I know. Maybe you can fix it.
No. The deities can't repair what others have done.
Then they wouldn't be true deities.
I will go looking. Are you 3 travelers?
Yep, we're travelers, not adventurers. On our way to kill some adventurers at some point, but we're travelers.
Sure, I guess you could say that.
Yes.
If you travel to the glowing forest and find a witch named Salu, cut off her head for me and my family, please.
Yeah, loud and clear.
I
One of
suppose that
the
could be arranged.
one of the pauldrons on Balgroth's armor glows, and he nods.
Is that the oath?
Yep.
This has been noted. Yep, we'll remember.
The creature kind of shuffles more out of the shed and starts making its way towards the tree line. Don't put all of your faith in those gods. When it is convenient for them, they will forget you.
Yep. Oh. I was gonna joke yep over here with the foam thumb of, like, Radiance #1. But yep actually with that last note is like, actually, my My god made me like his prophet or something. Or priest. He's the only person who's ever really loved me as a child. My own parents were too busy with my other siblings. Kiriga cares.
It kind of straightens more or less, and you hear its creaking and the crunching of its bones and the wood inside of it, and it almost looks at you but stops itself. Just because you're a prophet doesn't mean you're the Messiah. And it kind of reaches out for one of the trees, and it gets like subsumed into the tree.
Was that Elvish? Did he speak Elvish? I didn't recognize that word.
Wow.
I get the reference.
Well, that was something.
Okay.
Let's get your armor, Yip Yap, and call it an afternoon.
Oh, is he gone? Are we good?
Yeah, he's gone.
Balgroth just crosses his arm and breathes.
Maybe I should wash these fabrics. That did not taste good.
You
That
know,
tastes like sulfur and sweat.
I just can't believe both of you got your minds wiped multiple times. I guess you don't even realize that it happened. That's the worst part.
What? What are you talking about? Well, that was existential.
Yeah.
When has anything that we've done not been existential? How do you know that word?
You guys say things sometimes. That means like scary, right?
Something like that, yes.
It's like Elvish for scary or something.
Good, you're learning.
I will have to go to bed soon. It's getting un poco lato.
Okay, Isaiah, we'll be back soon.
Okay, yeah, we can quickly go through your interaction with LeGavin, and then we can wrap it up.
Le Gravon.
LeGavin.
Look at him.
Gav.
So you head back inside, and you find the Minotaur. He's sitting back down. He's just finishing up a sword he's done, and he looks up at you three. Well, that sounded intense. Did you get it?
Yes, you shouldn't be bothered by it anymore.
That's good. Also, I smelt fire. Not this one, but from outside. Did you light my shed on fire at some point?
It got better.
It was part of the process of getting rid of that creature.
You are so lucky I don't store my gunpowder in there anymore.
He's actually really chill if you don't try to blow him up first.
Balgroth and Zip Yap are very lucky you didn't have any gunpowder in there, yes. But, yeah, well, really, we say he's chill. When he was winning, everything was going back to nature. When he was losing, suddenly it was, save me, I'm so sorry.
Right.
What was it? I never even got like a good look at the thing. What was it?
Some sort of strange swamp creature.
It was a poor soul who got wronged by things outside of its nature, outside of its control. So my armor!
Right. So yeah, well, you got it. I mean, you did get it. I'm assuming I'm going to trust you three, and that next time I go out there to fix it, it's not going to be there. So, 25 gold.
Oh, yeah. 100 minus. It's going to be...
And Balgroth, you were looking at something, you said?
I was looking for armors. I was trying to see which... I mean, if whether or not I could upgrade my armor and possibly see if we could
As I'm
add
scrounging in my
like
coin,
something, add like fur or something to it to add to the either to the armor that I have now or something that we could buy so that we could survive the cold in Sione.
As I'm scrounging in my coin pouch, I accidentally touch the pirate gem. What do I see? Also, here is how I comported the scale armor.
Nice. As you brush against the pirate coin while grabbing at your stuff, yep, you're fine. Isaiah, Balgroth, and Legavin see a skeleton of a kobold for a split second, and then you're normal again. Legavin just kind of goes, "What? What?"
I just Pirates of the Caribbean them.
It happens.
Don't do that.
Huh? Do what? What? Oh, here's your gold.
Yip.
Yep.
Did you die with the rest of your family?
I hope not. If so, that'd be... Oh my goodness. You know how many more followers of Kirka I could get if I told him I was raised from the dead by him?
So,
Oh my goodness!
Balgroth, I don't know about putting furs in your armor. I don't really specialize in that because it doesn't really get that cold over here very often. I could get you some regular armor if you want any.
Nah, I'm cool.
All right.
Or do you
Thanks.
sell heavy coats?
No.
I suppose I'll have to get one. Where would I get one in town?
In this town, I don't want to be too sure. You could find someone, unless you could find. No. We used to have a nice lady here who was real good at sewing. She moved a while ago, though.
Well, I suppose we'll have to just do it on the way as we travel. Always a pleasure, Legavin.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks.
And with that, we'll end the session there. And it was very fun playing with you all tonight. I hope we can do it next week.
It was great.
And I'll see you all later. Bye.
Boy.
Bye.